Hi, good evening. Good evening to all that have joined this webinar today. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you all are doing great. My name is Samuel Praveen, and I'm a digital marketing specialist by profession. I have great interest in AI and automation as well, and I'll be the host for today's webinar. So before I go on, can I know where you guys from? Maybe you can share through chat. Anyone? Wow, that's quite far. Joseph. James Tan from Sungai Long. All right. But there's someone from your area as well, Bruce.
Oh, Segamat, is it?
JB.
Sungai Long.
Yep.
Wow, there's a lot of different places, huh?
Yeah, and I can see JB
Yeah,
being
JB.
here.
I'm from JB.
Yeah. Our founder is from JB, by the way, and I'm from Penang. So I have one person from Penang as well. That's
Yeah,
good. That's
that's
great.
good. Great.
All right. Thank you so much for sharing that. So before we go on, I just have a question. See, when we say a world pulsating vitality, can we just pause for a moment and think what it means to you? All right, let me just share with you what we think about it. Imagine a life when you wake up, you don't feel tired, you don't feel exhausted end of the day. You're always full of energy. You can do what you love to do. You can spend time with your loved ones. And imagine how that will be emotionally to you and your loved ones, the ones that are around you. See, this is what we mean by a world pulsating with vitality, and this is what we are really going towards. And this is our passion, and that's why we are here today. Me, the founder, Mr. Bruce Farm, as well as Aizat, Coach Aizat, to change lives. And we will really thank you for being here today.
Okay.
So we always say health is the greatest wealth. It is a fact, but how many of us are doing anything about it? See, we all have reasons, obviously. Our lives are not getting any easier. It's a lot stressed. It's very demanding as well. But amidst that, we have a real life example here again, who have gone through everything and still was able to manage his health at its best. So we have a lot to learn from him. So that's what I'm trying to say here. And speaking of this webinar, we are going to be here for like 45 minutes to an hour. So throughout this webinar, we'll be covering different aspects, which I'm very sure that it really reflects to what people above 40s go through. And those who have registered, the first 20 that have registered and stays through the whole webinar, will get a free gift as well. On top of that, of course, you get to take away a lot of key information that can change your life for good. And I think that you cannot put a price tag to that. So speaking of Mr. Bruce Farm, he's he used to be a safety director at a big petrochemical plant in JB. And then his passion drove him to focus more on health. And that's why he's here today. So, Mr. Bruce Farm, please take from me.
Okay. The next slide, please. So let me introduce a little bit on the WBF healthy living. The reason why we incorporated this company called WBF Healthy Living is precisely that's what WBF wants to focus on. How to share the experience that myself personally have gone through over the years, and formulated this system called WBF 8P Healthy Living, 8P Healthy Living, so that we can share around the world, so that people can live in a healthy way, healthy lifestyle, healthy and safe. So this is the reason why this company is formed. With the name itself is WBF Healthy Living, and you can see my website. There's some WBF Health Living nutritionist.com is our website. So you are free to visit our website also, and you can click on one video that I did 20 minutes to explain in detail the WBF 8P. Okay, so those are the details that I have. So today, within a very short period of 1 hour, we want to try to explain, share with everybody what is WBF 8P healthy living system about. Actually, is to empower you for healthy living. There's only one person can make sure you live healthily, that is you. So we want to empower you so that you can be healthy. And the system that we have, personally, I feel is a foolproof, systematic system, holistic, at the same time, is foolproof. So later on, we'll share all this information with you. Okay, Sam.
Thank you so much, Bruce. It was a good introduction from your end. So now our second speaker, Mr. Aizat. Aizat?
All right, thanks, Sam. So hi everyone. Good evening. I'm known as Coach Aizat. Okay, I have a bachelor's in nutrition as well as National Academy of Sports Medicine certified coach. I have been helping hundreds of people become more healthy since 2019, from individual training to large-scale programs, whether it's private, public, or corporate clients, whether it be physically on site or virtually online, just like this. I believe in a holistic approach towards health, meaning you have to take care of all aspects of nutrition, exercise, stress management, sleep, and many more. Because health is not only about your physical, it's about your mental, social, and spiritual well-being. So right now I'm working as an Exos performance coach, providing wellness support at a tech MNC here in Kulim. And tonight I'll be sharing bits and pieces about nutrition as well as exercise. All right, back to you, Sam.
Thank you so much, Aizat. That was really good. So now we're going back to Mr. Bruce.
Yeah, okay, thanks, Sam. You see, this slide here actually says, ensuring your health is the daily responsibility you owe yourself. I think this is a very important statement, because nobody in the world is going to help you, nobody in the world to ensure your health except yourself. So they say that nothing is more important than health, your safety and health. Nothing in this world, there's no amount of money or property or anything can replace your health and wealth, health and safety and health. And they say health is wealth, actually. If you are healthy, you are already wealthy. This is a very important key point. Next slide. Okay, so I just want to share what happened to me when I was in my late 50s. Next slide. So I'm not sure whether you can believe it. This was me actually in 2017. I was a director of safety at the time, just promoted in a petrochemical plant. And at that time, I was weigh 114 kg, 114 kg. BMI was about 36, 35, 36, above 35, which is put me in the category of extremely obese person. My pen size was above 42, and I was in my late 50s, and doctor always remind me during the medical checkup many years, hey, you have a fatty liver condition, so you better be careful, you need to reduce your weight. So here you are, highly educated guy, well-read, director of safety and health, but I allowed my body to be in this obese condition. That was shocking. And if it can happen to me, it means that it can happen to anybody. I mean, if you look at the World Health Organization statistic worldwide, close to 1 billion people in the world is obese now. It's a very serious pandemic that we need to overcome. Okay, so the first question is, how did I reach this, sad state? Number one is personal reason. I like to eat food, and I like to eat a lot of food. Those days I can eat the breakfast, one bowl of soup, noodle, 2 roti canai, and 1 pao. One big pao. I can whack all these things, and then a cup of tea or 2 cups of tea with 2 spoons of sugar inside. I whack. So that's the reason why, one of the reason I'm a very heavy eater. And also, I don't like to exercise. You're looking at my body, because of the obesity, I lack the energy and the stamina to exercise. That is the reason why I don't. And of course, there's another reason later on I share on the food supplement part. When Aizat share the food supplement part, there's one secret actually I want to share with you all, especially for the men above 40s. Is a hormone that you need actually, but I will tell more on later on. So I have tried, prior to this, I've tried many other ways, I exercise, even though I don't have the energy, but we do some exercise, then you give up because the weight doesn't drop. It dropped 3 kg, then it goes back to 5 kg, So it is very frustrating. And at that time, we were not planning well. I was not planning well, and heavy eater, no exercise. And the next also is a very, I was the director of safety in a petrochemical, very demanding job. Almost 7 days a week, we are been on call and have to be back in the office. So very stressful, very demanding job. So that is the reason why I was in this stage. Okay, next. So this was me after I have taken action, positive action, to overcome the obesity problem. You can see the photo on the left-hand side. Put back the left-hand side is where I was in the gym when I regained my stamina, my energy, and the right-hand side is also when I take action to biking, walking. I have a lot of energy, and this time I feel much more lighter, much more happier, and what you call much more restore energy, full of energy, more active. So this is what I want to share with everybody, how I achieved this, and I finally put it in the program I call WBF 8P element. We'll go element by element, how we do this. Okay, next slide. Okay, next. So in no, the earlier one, Sam. Okay. If you look at, can you go back to the earlier one? Yeah, this is the achievement actually. I reduced my weight from 114 kg to 86 kg. I lost a total 28 kg. I was able to control my food craving, restore energy, and feel more active. Okay, next slide. Okay, so if you look at the WBF 8P healthy living element, it's actually a very systematic and holistic approach, and it's multifaceted, and it's also tailored. It's a system to empower you and energize you. And in the later part, we will explain how it's a foolproof system. You cannot fail. If you follow this system, you cannot fail because we are using the PDCA cycle, which is what we call the plan, do, check, act cycle, which I will explain later on maybe in other webinar. I will explain in detail. The PDCA cycle allows you to have continuous improvement. This is a very key word. When we are in a process of becoming more healthy, losing weight, or eliminating a bad habit like smoking and all that, we need to do a PDCA cycle, and that actually allows us to make step-by-step continuous improvement. Or in Japan, they call it kaizen, small improvement, and it's sustainable. This is very important. There are a lot of people, they do things in a very drastic way. Within 1 month, they lose 10 kg. But the next 2 months, they gain back 20 kg. So this is the kind of problem that we have. So this system doesn't allow you to do that. It actually is a foolproof system. Okay, so we will talk more about this later on. Sam, next. Sam, next slide. Okay. So this is the WBF 8P. The reason why we have 8P, because there are 8 circles there. The 6th circle, inner circle, is actually directly related to healthy living. And the other 2 is relating to safety, your personal safety. Okay, so we'll start off with the element number 1, which is Coach Aizat will talk about proper nutrition. Next.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you, Bruce. All right. So when talking about proper nutrition, actually I can go for hours because there's plenty of things to cover. It's quite in-depth, many things to talk about. However, for this presentation tonight, I'll just be covering the basic, simple steps that everyone can take, which have a huge impact in your health. First of all, we need to know there's 6 major nutrients that our body needs. For the macronutrients, we have the carbs, protein, and fats. However, you need to know and remember that not all macronutrients are created equal. There are different levels of macronutrients. For example, carbohydrates. There are complex carbohydrates which we need to get more of, such as wholemeal bread, brown rice, oats. Basically, these are the carbohydrates that have a complex structure, meaning when we digest, it takes longer time to digest and our body to absorb. So what you get is a steady state of increase in your energy and your blood sugar levels. So the opposite of it is simple carbohydrates, such as from processed foods, cake, sweets, which we need to reduce because, as the name says, it's a simple carbohydrate, meaning when we eat it, when we drink it, our stomach doesn't have to digest much, meaning that it's absorbed quickly and rapidly. That's why you get a spike in your blood sugar levels. And if you have this as your habit, repeatedly your blood sugar spike. In the end, what happens is your insulin, which is a hormone that controls your blood sugar, they just feel like, ayah, too tired lah to control your blood sugar levels. Then our body will become less sensitive. So this is what we call as insulin resistant. So our blood sugar level stay elevated even though we finish eating a while back. So this is what we call as diabetic lah, meaning our blood sugar level stays elevated. So that's why we don't only look at the nutrient itself, but the quality of the nutrients. So for carbohydrates, get more of your complex carbohydrates and try to reduce your simple carbohydrate as much as possible. And same goes for fat. There are healthy fats such as those omega-3 fatty acids. These are from your seafoods, salmon, olive oil, nuts, and there are also less healthy fats such as saturated fat and trans fat. And for protein, try to prioritize lean protein, which is less fat. The opposite of it is, for example, like your beef, and your goat's meat, your mutton. So you can still enjoy it, but try to reduce it. And speaking of protein, get enough protein because a common situation for elderly people is that they don't get enough exercise and they don't get enough protein. When protein is insufficient, they will lose muscle mass. This is known as sarcopenia, meaning their muscle mass is decreasing, making them become weak. Another thing you need to know is we often mistake protein as our source for building muscles only. So we often think protein, muscle, but in reality, actually protein plays a wide variety of role in our body, from building hormones to strengthening our immune system. In fact, we often think our bone as purely made of calcium. Actually, about 1/3 of our bone mass is made out of protein. So protein is not only for your muscles, it's only for your bones, for your hormones, for your immune system, for your bodily function. So you can imagine what happens when the elderly people, they don't get enough protein. Their muscles become weak and their bones become brittle. And this is a dangerous combination because what often happens is that when their muscle is weak, they often lack the strength, they lack the balance, and what is the most common injury for elderly is they fall. And since their bones are not strong enough, when they fall, even though it's not quite a serious fall, they can have a big impact or big serious injury, especially towards the hip region. That's why we hear elderly people tend to have hip fractures, femur fracture, even though it's a simple slip and fall. So that's why protein is very important. And coach, what about those vitamin and minerals? Which plants have the best nutrients possible? To be honest with you, there's no one plant that has all the vitamins and minerals that you need. Each plant, fruits and vegetables have their own specialized, have their own strength in terms of their nutrients, and they have something that they lack of. So in a day, try to get 3 servings of your veggies and 2 servings of fruit and have a variety of, because like I said, each plants have different nutrient profiles, so try to get a variety. And it's very simple, try to get in terms of your colors. So plants, fruits and vegetables, we can classify them in terms of their colors. We have the greens, we have the orange yellow, we have the blue purple, we have the white, and we have the red. So get a variety. For example, in the morning you have a banana that's considered yellow. At lunch you have some veggies, green veggies. In the afternoon maybe you have some red apple. Okay, at night maybe you have some white cabbage and mixed with purple cabbage. So get a variety of your fruits and vegetables. And healthy eating doesn't mean you have a boring diet. You can still enjoy your sweets, your fried chicken, your burger, your pizza, your cakes on occasion. Try to remember 80-20 rule, meaning 80% of your diet is nutritious, is healthy, and 20% you want to indulge in the things that you enjoy, no problem. Okay, life is about balance, nutrition is about balance, so you can apply the 80-20 rule and try to have a healthier and alternative whenever possible. Try to have a healthier substitute, maybe from white bread, you change to the wholemeal bread. Okay, from a full cream milk, maybe you can substitute with a low-fat milk. Okay, maybe a soft drink with high in sugar. If you really craving, try to get the zero sugar alternative. So another question I often get asked is, what's the best diet? Is it quarter half? Is it the Mediterranean diet? Is it intermittent fasting? Is it low carb, high protein? What's the best diet, coach? All right. So in the next slide, I share the 3 key things that you need to ask yourself in order to find your own best diet. Okay, the key term is your own best diet, because everyone has their own best diet. You cannot copy other people's diet. You have your own best diet for yourself. You just need to answer these 3 questions. Okay, first of all, does it manage your calories? Okay, calories is very important. I'll give you an example. In a day, we require 2,000 calories. If we eat 2,500 calories, those extra 5 calories will be stored as fat. And vice versa, if we require 2,000 but only eat 1,500, those 500 calories that is insufficient, our body will burn fat to top up the energy. So that is why it is important to manage our weight by managing our calories. So our diet needs to meet our calorie requirement. Cannot too high, cannot too low. And next is ensure that you get all the essential nutrients. For example, there are certain diets which help you manage your weight, manage your calories, but the diet is very strict. They say, okay, no fruits, no vegetables, no rice, no bread, no carbs, no anything, just eat only protein and have with a lot of butter or something with high fats. Yes, you will lose weight as long as you reduce your calories. However, do you think you get the essential vitamin and minerals? Yes, you will lose weight, but in the long term, your body will be negatively affected. Okay, your immune system, your bones become more brittle, your energy, and sometimes we can see it ourselves where certain people they lose weight, but we can see that their face lack the shine, lack the vitality, lack the energy. Even though they lose weight, it's not a healthy way. So ensure that your diet gets you the proper nutrients that we need. And the last step that most people often get caught up is they don't enjoy their diets. I'll give you an example. Okay, a diet that tells you to eat your salmon, quinoa, asparagus, oats. Wow, that's very healthy. It can manage your weight. But for a person, maybe they don't like to eat oats. Maybe salmon, asparagus, all those things is unaffordable for them. So they follow those diet for 2 weeks, they don't enjoy it, and they revert back to their old lifestyle. So that is why whatever diet you're following, try to answer these 3 questions. Does it manage your calories? Do you get all of your nutrients? And do you enjoy it, and is it affordable for you? So if you can answer these 3 questions, congratulations, you have the best diet for yourself. Okay, for yourself, not for Coach Aizat, not for Siti, not for Serena, not for James, everyone. It's your own best diet. Right, next I'll be going a little bit about exercise. Okay, proper exercise. Okay, key term is proper exercise. I know that most people, they want to have like a flat stomach, 6-pack, have muscles. For women, they want a slim body, okay, a narrow body shape, small thigh, whatever. But think of it as your secondary benefit from exercising. We need to prioritize our health first, okay, and take a look at the health related component of fitness. These are those 5 things that we need to have a aim to improve in terms of exercise. First of all, it's your strength. This is very basic, meaning how heavy can we lift our weights. Next is your cardiovascular endurance. Basically, this is our heart. How good can our heart perform? How fast can it beat without having detrimental impact? Okay, and then your flexibility. This is when you move your body through its full range of motion. Okay, some people lacking flexibility, they can't even bend down to touch their toes, even though their joint allows, but it's not possible for them. Okay, for other people can, meaning they lack the flexibility. So that is why besides you lifting weight, you go to the gym, you go for jogging, you go cycling, have time to do some flexibility exercise. I'm talking about yoga, Pilates, okay, do a bit of stretching before and after exercise to improve your flexibility. And muscular endurance. How long can your muscle perform before it becomes fatigue? And finally is body composition. This is very important because it's the ratio of your fat to your muscle. What we aim for is to reduce our fat and increase our muscles. Not only for men, but for women, not only for the young, but also for the elderly. We need to aim to improve all these aspects of health-related component of fitness. Okay, be balanced in terms of your exercise and done it with a proper technique, because improper technique of exercise will lead you to injury, and once you become injured, you're traumatized to exercise, you don't want to exercise anymore, you say, coach, I don't want to do it, I injured, right? So make sure you do it with a proper technique. If you don't know how to do it yourself, of course, get a certified coach to guide you. And you need to know exercise is both progressive and regressive. Progressive meaning you improve each time. For example, this week you lift a 5 kg dumbbell. In 2 weeks, try to increase to 7.5. Okay, and then increase slowly. This is progressive, meaning you have improvement. You test your muscles, you test your fitness to improve slowly. We cannot progress without going outside of our comfort zone. But the same can be said if we have injury, if we have a special condition, for example, pregnant women. You don't have to do the same exercise as the fit people. You can regress back to an exercise that suits your fitness level. So if you have, for example, knee injury, you cannot do a heavy squat with a dumbbell, no problem. You can do a squat without dumbbell. If you cannot go deep, you can do a box squat. You can do a half squat. If you cannot do squat at all because of a knee injury, there are other exercises for your leg that is less burden. So what I'm saying is exercise is for everyone. Improve all aspects of your health-related component of fitness, and don't slack off lah. So have exercise at least 2 or 3 times per week and have a variety of. So when we talk about exercise, it means something that is structured, something that is planned, and the other side of it is your daily physical activity. And for that, I'll pass back to Bruce.
Okay. Okay, thanks. And next slide. Okay. So basically, this daily activity is inside this element. The reason is everybody has 24 hours. I found that out. No, everybody have a 24 hours. You minus off at least 8 hours of sleeping. Okay, so you got balance of 16 hours. What I noticed, and for myself last time, was in the 16 hours, I will do 1 or 2 hours of exercise. Then after that, the balance of 14 hours, I will either rest on the sofa, eat my food and everything, and then rest, not doing any physical. So this type of what we call daily activity, actually inactivity kills. This is a very famous statement. Say there's a book written by Peter Walker. Say inactivity actually kills you, because even though you do your daily exercise 1 to 2 hours, but it's not sufficient. The exercise that you do daily 1 to 2 hours, even jogging or what, probably can burn up to maximum 600 calories. But the rest of the time, if you don't do anything, you cannot increase the calorie burn. So daily activity, I'm talking about things like, okay, you have done your physical exercise, but when you come back to the house, don't sit on the sofa and watch TV or inactivity. Do something. For example, you can do cleaning the floor. You can sweep the floor, which I don't like. Clean the dishes. Vacuum the house. Or some people like the gardening. They may go gardening, cut the grass, or trim the flowers. Everything they can do. So do something that you like. Hobbies, housework, yoga, ride bicycle. It's a very leisure riding bicycle around your neighborhood, but safely, of course, because there are a lot of cars. Maybe in the office, instead of going by office by the lift, you can actually walk up the stairs, which I do quite often. My office is at 9th floor. So instead of when I feel very full, I use the stairway to go up to 9th floor instead of taking the lift. So this is when I was the director of safety, I used to walk around the plant, 3 kilometers. I used to walk, climb up the what they call the platform. The tanki, they have a lot of big platform, climbing up, and then physical exercise during working time. So all these things actually are what we call daily activity, and it burns a lot of calories, much more than your 1 to 2 hours of physical exercise. Okay, so this is very important. A lot of people, they don't realize it. They were thought that, oh, I do my 1 to 2 hour exercise, that's it, enough. I've done my part. Actually, no. You have to continue to add on with this daily activity. And if you do that, you will see your weight loss is much more easier and much more controlled because of these daily activities. Okay. So next slide, I think. Aizat, food.
All right, thanks, Bruce. So I'll be covering a little bit about proper food supplement. It is a question that I get often asked is, Coach, what do you think about supplements? Is it something that you need, or is it like a waste of money you don't need? So I'd like to ask the participants, what do you think? If you think supplement is something you need, type 1. Is it something that is wasteful, you don't need? Type 2. I'd like to know your answer first. So 1, you need. 2, you don't need. So what do you think? So I like 1. Jason say supplement is something you need. So what about the others? Right, so I'll give you the, Jolly, thanks for sharing one also. So the simple answer is it depends. It depends on situation. You need to know supplement, as the name itself, is only supplementary to an already healthy diet. Okay, you have your healthy diet, you eat nutritious, you do exercise, and if there's something that is lacking, only then supplement may help to fill in the nutritional gap. I'll give you an example. For someone who goes to the gym, exercise, their protein requirement is higher than the normal population. For them, yes, they can eat protein from natural daily food sources such as eggs, fish, chicken, beef, but they often feel like too much, or they feel like it's bloating, and they want a simple protein that is convenient for them. So for them, they can have their whey protein, they can have their soy protein, and the same goes if you have a special condition such as those who just have an injury, they have a fracture or their bone is broken, their calcium requirement is much higher. So what often doctor prescribe is like those calcium tablet supplements in order to meet their bodily needs. Okay, supplement is not about excess, it's about giving what your body needs. So if your body have a higher requirement that you cannot meet with a normal diet, only then supplement may help. So for example, omega-3, how many of us have like 2 to 3 servings of fish, especially fatty fish, per week? I guess that most Malaysians don't get enough omega-3. So in that context, yes, omega-3 supplements may help. Okay, iron, for example, for women, zinc for those who are lacking zinc. And there are certain conditions where the nutrient itself is not readily available in your daily diet. You eat healthy, you have your 5 servings of fruits and vegetables, you eat plentiful, but still you cannot get access of certain nutrient compounds. I'm talking about your polyphenols, antioxidant, phytonutrients, and those that you can get from herbs. For example, tokat ali for your vitality, ashwagandha for your mental health, your calmness, even something as simple as a caffeinated drink. I'll give you an example. We love our coffee and tea. Some people, they just want their caffeine, so they just either one lah, coffee or tea, both have caffeine. But each has their own specialized compound. I'll give you an example. Green tea, besides having caffeine, they also have a compound called L-theanine, which help you feel more calm, more focused. They also have a compound called EGCG, epigallocatechin gallate, which helps in your metabolism, your fat burning, and your overall well-being. So those are some examples of the compounds that might not be available in your daily food because it's only available on certain plants, certain fruits or vegetables. And next is besides having certain condition, like I said, like having accident or go to the gym where your nutrient requirement is different. Another thing that happens naturally to all of us is that the changes that happens with age. As we age, as we get older, there's many things that happens to our body. For example, collagen production reduce. So that is why when you get older, you get wrinkly skin, your joint and bone is not as strong because your body naturally reduce its natural collagen production. And the same can be said for one hormone called testosterone. Starting as early as in your 20s, your testosterone level is declining. And this occurs naturally as you age. And another thing that can impact your testosterone level is your lifestyle. Okay, that's why we see nowadays even those in your 20s or 30s already have a red level or a very low level of testosterone because of their lifestyle. They are overweight, they don't get enough sleep, they are stressed, they don't exercise, okay, they don't get the proper nutrition. All those things can reduce your testosterone level. And testosterone is a very important hormone. It is present in both men and women, but more significantly in men. So in the next slide, I'll be sharing some of the function or responsibilities of testosterone. Okay, we might know them because we heard them before. Mostly people know them as for building muscle and for your fertility. But testosterone plays a much wider role than that. Okay, it promotes a healthy growing hair follicle. It affects your fat distribution. That is why we see when people get older, when their testosterone drop naturally, they just like that they get a lot of body fat, especially around their belly region. And another thing is it's a vicious cycle. When you have a higher body fat, your testosterone level drops, and when your testosterone level drops, your body fat will increase. So it is a vicious cycle that continues unless you do something to improve it. Okay, test also maintain a healthy red blood cell count, also affects your bone density. Like I said, that is why the elderly need to take care of their bone and muscle because as they get older, it will become more brittle, more weak. And as you can guess, what happens when our testosterone level drops, it has a huge impact, a huge detrimental and negative impact towards our daily life. And to explain it, why don't I pass it to someone who experienced it himself firsthand. So I'll pass back to Bruce for him to explain what he felt when having low test.
Okay, so when I was in my late 50s, 58, around there, so I felt very tired. I was obese. I felt very tired. Exactly what Coach Aizat said. I become fatter. At the same time, I become more tired. So I believe at that time, I didn't know that it was the low T, we call it the low testosterone. So I have this tiredness, mood swing. Next slide. Weight gain. This is the one that you can see me bloated because I believe one of the contributory factor is because of my low T that it caused me to have this weight going on. Hair loss, I didn't have that much of, but there are people experiencing hair loss because of low T. Okay, next. Okay, low libido, same thing. Because of your testosterone level is low, you have low libido also, and you feel very tired and sleepy. Most of the time, you feel like you want to sleep because you don't have the energy. Okay, so just a little bit of sales pitch. Because it's so important, WBF Healthy Living, actually we source for a very good quality tongkat ali food supplement, which we can get it in my Shopee shop, which I'll talk about later. I will give a surprise to you all. Okay, next. Okay, the next item after Aizat is proper monitoring. The next element number 5. why proper monitoring is important. A lot of people, they work on exercise, they work on food and all that, but they don't monitor. So there's a very important saying here: what get measured get done. Okay, what get measured and feedback get done well. This is very important. So a lot of time, through my experience, is people don't monitor. What do you monitor? You monitor your weight, for example. I used to, when I was doing my WBF 8P exercise, for 3 months, every day I weigh in the morning. After I went to the toilet, I come out with my underwear. I weigh my body weight. So I record it. Actually, now you don't have to record. You can buy a weighing machine which is tied to your handphone. There's an app. So they will automatically record your weight inside your handphone, and then you can review it through your handphone. There are some weighing machine like me is one of them that we use. So it's very important, for example, but some people, they don't like to measure daily. It's okay, you can measure weekly, because the daily weight fluctuate depend on how much water you drink, how much exercise you do. So it's actually fluctuating. So what you want is the general trend, whether the over the weeks, is it going up, or whether the weeks is going down. That is more important than the daily fluctuation. Okay. Then body fats. So there's machine that you can do to measure your body fats, but it's very expensive. So what you normally do is you go to the gym and do maybe once a month or once every 3 months. You just want to know your body weight, your body fats have dropped or not. So you can do it with the body fat machine. But the easy way actually is your pants. I used to wear 42 pants. After months of exercise and the results start to show, my pants size becomes less and less from 42. Then when I wear, become 40, then become 39, then become 38. That is also an indication that you have started to lose body weight, body fats. So that is also. Then the other thing you need to monitor is your calorie intake, like Coach mentioned. You need to monitor how much calorie you take a day. So ideally, you need to lose about 500 calorie per day. Okay, that means you have to, whatever you use up must use more than what you eat by 500. That means negative 500. So in 1 week is 3,500 calories, is equivalent to 1 pound of fats. So this is very important that you need to know. So getting proper monitoring is a must. If you don't want to monitor throughout your lifetime, but during the PDCA cycle, when you are doing the exercise and doing the food control and everything, you need to monitor. This is very, very important. This element is very important. Okay, so next slide. The next slide I want to talk about is what we call proper universal success principle. So a lot of people, they would not know what is this proper success principle. Now, for us to achieve anything in our life, whether it's your career, whether it's business, whether it's financial success, or even healthy living, a healthy lifestyle, you must possess some key universal success principle. For example, you must have a positive attitude. I can attitude. You must have a purpose. You must have a strong purpose, vision, mission, goal, and important is persistent. You must have the characteristic of persistent, and you can groom yourself to be persistent. You can train yourself to be persistent, never to give up. This is actually a characteristic that even for healthy lifestyle, you need to have. So luckily, I have gone through life many, many times, failure and everything. I have already learned this thing. But the sad part is a lot of people doesn't know that this is required also in healthy living. They thought this is only required for financial success, only for wealth creation, a success principle. Actually, no. You have to have certain success principle characteristic when you are losing weight. You cannot simply easily give up. For example, that is one. Persistent is one of the key characteristic of a healthy lifestyle. And changing habit. For example, if you are a smoker, then you decide to quit smoking. You need a lot of persistence. It's not like you can, chin chai like that, give up smoking. It's not so easy. You have to be very persistent. You need to try again and again and again until you success. So this is the thing that we talk about self-discipline, focus. All these are characteristics you must develop If you don't have, you can develop it. This is very important. Because in this modern world, why do you need this type of success principle? Like a fisherman, they don't need to have a success principle because their job is to work in the field and exercise and catch fish and throw the net, everything. So they easily can lose weight because of the physical exercise. But for us, people like us, we are office staff. We don't exercise so much. So we have to rely on our discipline, our persistence to exercise. So why? Because in this modern world, there are a lot of disruption. For example, you can plan to exercise every week, maybe 3 times. But suddenly there's a work change. Your boss say, okay, you must come to work during this period of time when you are supposed to do exercise. Then what do? So you need to be persistent and change your schedule, change your plan, be flexible, but never give up the goal. So this is the kind of thing that a lot of people don't have, but it's very essential. And the other thing also is a lot of people, when they start having this healthy lifestyle, they have very high expectation. They expect to lose weight 10 kg in 3 months. Now, it's possible to do, of course. If you got nothing else to do, you just focus on less food and exercise, everyday exercise. Of course, you can. But you got so many roles to play. You are parents, you got children to take after, you got parents to look after, you got work to do. There are so many things. So you need to be very careful in your planning and make sure you consider everything, and so that you won't give up. You are persistent. So this is the element number 6 is a very important, and I'm very happy to put it there so that by the time you finish this 6 element of healthy living, you actually also can use it for creation of wealth, because this universal principle applies to wealth creation, same principle. And there are a couple of books that I recommend. Is Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, has a very good set of 13 principles. This Jack Canfield success principle. There are 64 success principles. I recommend you read this book, because he tells you exactly what are the safety success principles that you need to acquire to be successful in life, not just healthy living, but successful in life. Okay, so this is very important. And a lot of people, they don't realize it. But luckily for me, I realize it, and I polish it and use it in my system, the AP. Yeah. Okay, so monitoring we have done, and then okay. So I want to show this slide here again. Is a continuation of success principle. Now, when you are trying to keep your lifestyle fit, actually you have to have a long-term, short-term goal, a purpose, and a mission and vision. This is very important. But a lot of people, they put the goal just to lose weight only. The other thing they don't consider. Now, the problem with this, because if you look on the right-hand side, there are altogether eight areas of life that you need to consider. Your spiritual need, going to the church or going to the mosque or going to the temple to pray, you need to allocate certain time to do that. Your parents and your family, your children, you need to allocate some time for your parents, for your family, for your relative, and you need to also allocate time for your wealth. That means your career, your finances, your investment, and all that. And then you need to have time for your career. Your boss wants you to do this and all that. Sometimes you need to travel overseas. Sometimes you need to go outstation. Then your business, you need to have time. Your lifestyle, what is your lifestyle? Sometimes you may have to have charity. You have some time for charity. And lastly, of course, your personal health and the safety. So, but if you just focus on setting goal for personal health, example, suddenly other thing come in. Let's say your parents suddenly sick. So this is a disruption. So when this disruption or unexpected thing happen, it's going to disrupt your plan, to be healthy, which is not good. Because let's say you are planning to work on workout and then eat less rice, eat less sugar for 1 month. Then suddenly your parents is staying in outstation, suddenly is not feeling well. You need to go and visit them. So you can't do the thing, because when you go outside, you have to eat their food, which is a lot of sugar and all that, unless you control it. And then another example is something like unexpected. If you don't plan other things, for example, Suddenly you say, I want to plan this week, this month, all the good things you want to do, exercise. Suddenly, festival system just come in, It was a Hari Raya. Then all the friends invite you to go and eat. So again, it throw you out. This disrupted your thing. And then at the end, after 1-2 months, because of all this disruption, you didn't achieve your goal, or your weight become higher. So you become very frustrated and you give up. So this is the problem. But if you do all this planning properly, taking care of all the possible disruption, then when you do your exercise and the nutrition and all that, it will be much smoother. And you can do it properly because you already taken care. You already allocate time for all these things so that there is less disruption. I'm not saying there's no disruption, less disruption, because you cannot predict some accident happen to your to somebody and then they need you to be there. Of course, those are unexpected, very unlikely event, but it does happen. Then it will throw you off your this one. So this is very important aspect of this. And then the next slide I want to talk about is the next slide is safety and culture, personal safety. Why we put this personal safety culture and personal safety plan? Because a lot of people, they thought, oh, I'm healthy and all that, but they are not safe. For example, when you say you're not safe means what? When you drive your car in the North-South Highway, the law say 110, but there are people who ride at 160. Then suddenly accident happen. Then what happened? Once the accident happened, you are seriously injured and even die. So even you are very healthy, but all the effort are wasted because you have a serious injury or die. And then the other example of accident, you can driving without a seat belt, for example, or driving motor without the helmet, or during the red light, you cross the red light without bothering the law. Then accident happens. So all these things is very important. A person must have a personal safety culture. With that, then the 8 element adds up. You become safe, healthy. So this system take care of the safety also. Okay. So that is the basically the two other elements. Okay. Okay. So at last, I want to summarize this thing in healthy living. Now, the 8P healthy living in a nutshell is a systematic and a holistic approach, multifaceted and tailored system, empower and energize you to achieve a long-term sustainable. The important thing is it's actually a foolproof system. Why? Because this 8 element that we have, we actually incorporate in the PDCA cycle, plan, do, check, act. That means every element that we have, we actually do the planning. For example, nutrition, daily activity, what you want to do, daily activity. Nutrition, what you want to do. Physical activity, what you want to do. Food supplement, what you want to do. And the other elements, what you want to do. So with all that, you plan it, and then you do. And then after that, you check. So that is a 3-month cycle. It's called a PDCA cycle. So PDCA cycle, once you finish the 3 months, you know exactly what you achieve, what you can do, what you can do. We do a simple, what you call the SWOT, what you call strength, weakness, opportunity, threat analysis. Once you do that, then you prepare for the next cycle, which is the PDCA cycle number 2. Based on the data that you collected on PDCA cycle number 1, how is your nutrition? What is your strength in your nutrition? Oh, the first PDCA cycle, I managed to cut down my sugar from 2 to 1 in all the tea I drink. Wow, that is a great achievement. So in PDCA cycle 2, you can say, okay, this cycle I want to have 0 sugar, for example. PDCA cycle 1, you walk maybe 5,000 steps. Wow, that is great. I started walking 5,000 steps. So PDCA cycle 2, during my planning, I add maybe 7,000 steps. So you see the difference already, because you already got the base already. The next cycle, you can actually learn. So it's a continuous improvement. This is what we call the PDCA. With the SWOT analysis, will give you a continuous improvement. That means you don't make one improvement, but you make little improvement, Then with the data, you make another little improvement and little improvement, and then it's very sustainable. It's long-term and it's very sustainable. So this is the beauty of the WBF 8P system. It is sustainable and it's long-term, and you can live healthily at the same time in a very safe manner. So this is basically a summary of what we say. Okay, I think this slide, I just want to, for the man, even the lady actually can take Tongkat Ali. I just want to, because during my time, I wanted to have a very good quality Tongkat Ali and ginger. So we actually manufacture under a very, what do you call it, a well-known factory to make this for us. So since I have your attendance, your attendees, I really appreciate it. I want to make an offer for you. If you want to try this Tongkat Ali, I'm offering you maybe a special offer called buy one, free one. Actually, 66 ringgit is one bottle. But I'm going to offer you, I'm going to give you a very good offer. You buy one, I give you one free. The reason is because you are such a interested in this healthy living and joining our, only for this group of people only. So you can buy one and let us know. You WhatsApp to us at the WhatsApp number, and we will give you a coupon. Then you go to Shopee, you type in Endura Boost, you can actually buy this buy one, free one. Only for today participant only. So this is a very good offer for you all. Okay, next slide. Sam, next. Okay. So with that, I think one more thing I just want to summarize. I hope this gives you all a very broad picture, overall picture of what WBF 8P Healthy Living is about. So my last request from you all is, if you find that is something that you want to know more, you can always what you call drop us a line. If you want to learn more or you want to give us some feedback, please send to this handphone. I think Sam will type in the number +6012 346 8379. You send it to us. We will look at it, and in the future organize more webinar like this free of charge so that you can learn more. And also email to us or wbfhliving@gmail.com. Okay, sorry Sam, a bit long, but
No, that's okay. That's okay, Bruce. It was really interesting. A lot of takeaways. A lot of takeaways. This is not the first time I'm listening to this, of course, but every time there's something that I can learn from this great presentation, I would say. So now that we have come to the Q&A session, before we go with any of the questions that these attendees have, I would like to cover just the one that we usually get, maybe being proactive. We can cover we can cover this before even someone asks. So first things first, this is what you always get, whereby if someone has diabetes or pressure, will it give any side effects, taking Tongkat Ali?
well, I mean, maybe Coach, you can answer this question better than. Yeah.
All right. So Tongkat Ali is still considered as a still not a still a food supplement, not something that is pharmaceutical like a medicine. So it has not significant interaction for your what was it just now? Diabetes and hypertension.
Yep.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
can people consume while having this
Yep.
condition?
Can, no problem. And actually, there's research that also shows that it can help to improve those conditions, control your blood sugar level, as well as managing your blood pressure. And of course, as every people have their own unique condition, unique disease. This is not a medical advice, so I would suggest you to ask your doctor first. Maybe you have other comorbidities that can affect, so ask your doctor first. And but I can say is that for most people it's safe lah, even if you have high blood pressure or diabetes, and it may help you also.
Yeah.
So no problem.
Yeah, maybe I just add a little. Actually, Tongkat Ali has been used by our Malay friends for hundreds of years. Actually, it has been very popular drink. They put it in the It's a roots, actually, they put it in boiling water and they drink it daily. So it's quite a well-known in our Malay community. But unfortunately, in the other community, people are just beginning to realize how good this Tongkat Ali is. Actually, it's very good. I've been taking for the last 8 years, and you can see the energy that it creates is very, very effective to raise the testosterone level. Research have already done in university show that Tongkat Ali can raise the testosterone level. So that is important.
All right, thank you,
Yeah.
Bruce. Just another two more questions that I have for you. How do you know which Tongkat Ali to choose? Because there are so, I mean, like, this is something that goes in the back of your mind. There are so many brands out there. Some dirt cheap, like, yeah, 10 ringgit or so,
Yeah.
How do you know which to buy, and are they all the same?
Okay, so when you go and buy for Tongkat Ali, you make sure that first of all you must have the Ministry of Health endorsement. Sometimes they don't give approval. Like food supplement, they say that okay, I will approve your, for example, your labeling. They call food labeling. They will approve it. They will give you a letter to say your labeling is approved, so that you don't make any claim. And secondly, you need to find a manufacturer which have GMP. They must have a proper government approved, Ministry of Health approved, and they have this ISO or GMP and all that. So our product is actually have all the good manufacturing practice, ISO, even halal and hakap, the food processing standard. Everything is already have done. So it's not a problem. We actually do an analysis to confirm there's no heavy metal inside our product as well.
Thank you,
So
Bruce.
it's very important. No, there are a lot of Tongkat Ali out in the market there. They actually spike it with drugs, like the Viagra or Cialis. They put actually this is illegal. This is a very illegal American because it's very dangerous. Because Cialis and Viagra, if some people have heart problem, they cannot take. So if they take it, they may have caused a serious reaction. So the government has banned this kind of product. So be very careful. And also the cheap product that you buy from, let's say from China and all that, they actually don't have Tongkat Ali there. I don't know how they can get the Tongkat Ali from, because Tongkat Ali is very famous in Malaysia, and we are very lucky. Our government have take good care of this replanting of Tongkat Ali, because a lot of country like Indonesia or Vietnam, or they just know how to take from the jungle, but they don't know how to replant. But we are very fortunate. The government, because our Malay friends, they value this. They really treat the Tongkat Ali with respect. So there are a lot of replanting doing about 20, 30 years ago. So it's very fortunate that in Malaysia, we have this government policy.
Thanks, Bruce. Just to add on
Yeah.
on your points, it reminds me of something. Some time ago, I'm not sure whether I've discussed this with Coach Aizat. I bought this supplement protein, right? And then when I consumed, I noticed that it was very sugary, even though on the nutritional fact it says that it has the lowest sugar content. So what I did, I sent this to a lab test. Believe it or not, that it was 5 times higher than what they've claimed. It is because there's no one to regulate. I'm not sure whether Coach Aizat knows about this. Have I mentioned this before?
Is it a local brand?
Yeah, exactly. It's not a very
Yeah.
well-known brand.
Yeah, so that's one of the problem lah nowadays, because actually anyone can do their own supplement. They just go to the factory that supply the supplements, and they just put their own name, their own brand, anything. They don't have the regulation, they don't have the testing, and they just sell lah. So that is why it's important, very very important for you to get a proper supplement that is certified, that is safe for you to consume.
This is another out of topic thing. We're not selling that anyways. It's actually a slimming product. When you go to an OEM, this guy is gonna ask you, do you want to put something, some substance in that will make it more effective, but you don't have to really claim it on the nutritional fact. This is a real thing because as a digital marketing specialist, I have other clients who have told me this. They've experienced it firsthand, but of course they did not do it. But this is the normal practice when it goes to, if you don't select the right OEM to produce your product, then these are the problems that you
Yep.
have. So like what
And
Mr. Bruce said earlier, you can just add in some Viagra. In the end, you're
Yep.
gonna get what you want, but not in the right way.
No, it's
So yeah,
dangerous. It's very dangerous to
exactly.
people, you know.
Yeah. So
So
just
that is it.
another question, Mr. Bruce. How quick can they see some results?
You mean for the Tongkat Ali?
Yeah,
Yeah,
speaking.
I have one friend just called me this morning, you know. We met about 2 weeks ago. So old friend we haven't talked about for a long time. And then we start talking and then he said he's tired and all that. So I recommended him to take Tongkat Ali, the Indora Boost. And this morning, after 2 weeks, he called me. He said, "Hey, Bruce, your product is damn good, you know, because the last time I used to have a problem with energy. I'm very tired. By 7 o'clock, I wake up. By 11 o'clock, I'm tired. So now I've taken it less than 2 weeks or 3 weeks. I have the energy back. I feel so much energy. This kind of comment feedback from my customer, there are many, many like that. I personally have gone through this. I know because I've used it. Before I start taking Tonka Ali at that obese way, I just don't have an energy after a hard day work, a stressful job in one of the petrochemical plant. You imagine how stressful the job is as a director of safety. I come back, I just lie down on the sofa and sleep, and then sleep for 2 hours, only wake up, then eat my dinner. After that, go to sleep again. So that is the kind of thing. But once I took the Tonka Ali, after a few weeks, immediately I can go to the gym, exercise for 1 to 2 hours, and then after that, go and eat supper some more. Go and take some food. Up to 12 o'clock, still have the energy. So this is actually the power of this Tonka Ali. For the man above 40s, try it, you
Right.
try it and then if you have this kind of symptom, low T, which is very common nowadays. And
Right.
it's one of the causes of obesity, I presume, in the world now. Okay.
Thank you so much, Mr. Bruce, Coach Aizat. I think we don't have any other questions
Okay.
for the
Can I
top.
can I just summarize it and
Sure. Go ahead.
yeah, for all the people that participated in this is our first webinar, and I'm very, very happy that it went very successfully. And with your support, we're going to do more of this actually, and it's going to be free because we want to share this knowledge to everybody. And this knowledge has worked very well for us, for me personally. And in fact, we trademarked this, the WBF 8P, just got the letter approval from the trademark department. So we want to share with everybody in the world that you don't have to suffer the disease of obesity, diabetic, hypertension, all these things, stroke, everything is because of your obesity and your inactivity. If you follow this system, you don't have to. You can be fit, you can be healthy, and the most important, you can be safe. So I really want to thank you all, and I hope you all can spread this news to many, many people. But as we go along, we're going to organize more of this webinar. Let your friend knows. Let them come in and then let us tell them the success of WBF 8P healthy living elements. A very holistic system. You cannot fail. It's a foolproof system. I can guarantee you. You cannot fail if you follow the PDCA cycle, plan, do, check, because it's a system. You cannot forget because the system don't allow you to forget. The system don't allow you to give up because it's a continuous improvement. This is very, very powerful. Okay, thanks, Sam.
Thank you so much, Bruce. Thank you for the input. Now, I'm sure this webinar is coming to an end. So I would like to thank all of those who have joined us. And I do have the list of, attendees. So don't worry about it. I'll be contacting you later to give out the free gift.
Yeah.
All right. So that's it from our end. I hope you have something to take away from this. A
Yeah.
lot to take away from this. And thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you, guys, all ladies and gentlemen.